Now, I know we recently did a project that was a satin effect. Well, we're going to do it in a skull this time because I wanted to see what it would be like in an odd shaped mold instead of just a regular coaster or tray. You know, I wanted it to be something where you'd be looking at from the side and the top. We'll go ahead and get the resin poured. We do have a couple bubbles. I wasn't careful enough when I poured it in. We'll let this set for a couple minutes. Alright, let's see if we can get this down in there without getting it where the resin ends up over the top of the plastic. Obviously, we have to use a large piece of plastic in order to keep that from happening. Let's see here. I think trying to just pressing it down all around. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Figure with this being a thicker piece of plastic, hopefully I'll be able to get it to peel out of the resin. Problem is, it's going to be folded in on itself. That's where it's going to get difficult. But we gotta try it, right? It just seems like it could be too neat of an outcome to not try if it works. But I think we need like some popsicle sticks maybe to help poke down the different areas so it's able to be down not just in the very center but somewhat on the sides and things like that. So maybe having some popsicle sticks shoved in will help with that. I mean, if it works, it'll certainly be interesting. Alright, it's time to see how it came out. Well, the first part of it. Try to get these popsicle sticks out. Also, I did add something in here. There was one. And there. I added these into here to help give the popsicle sticks something to press up against to help keep them pushed out some. They're just a couple of little faces made out of resin. I was playing around one day with it. Okay, so let's see if we can get the plastic out. Try to pull it out without causing the resin to loosen from the mold. This is where it could get tricky. Very tricky. This was the part that I was a bit worried about. I'm just going around the sides, slowly getting it to pull apart. I'm trying to hold the resin as much as I can while trying to get the plastic to let go. Oh boy. Easier said than done, trust me. I may just have to get vicious with it. And then come what may with the resin. Well, what I mean is when pouring the next layer of resin, which will be colored resin, ooh yeah, it got wrapped around. Now, the reason why I used the not lunch bag, but the food storage bag, that plastic, was because initially I started to try and use just some regular plastic wrap, but it was a lot thinner and flimsier, and it started trying to fall in as I was getting it tucked down. So I thought it would do better if I had plastic, pardon me, that was a little bit firmer, a little bit stiffer, a little sturdier. Trying to figure out where this piece of plastic is going and coming from. Because we don't want to leave any plastic behind. So, oh, we had some give it up. And that's why you just keep working it around. Eventually, it's going to start loosening up and letting go. Oh, it's almost out. You just got to take it slow. Don't let it frustrate you too much. I got it. Now, if I'd used the regular plastic wrap, it would have been so thin, it would have been tearing. So, by me using the thicker, at least it didn't tear. So that's what we've got to work with. I think I'm going to leave this in there. It'll just give some extra added substance. Maybe I'll do that. That way it'll give maybe something near the face. I don't know. Probably won't show. Actually, it really probably won't show up here because there'll be the black resin or colored resin in this area. But up here. Alright, so now I'm going to use Senshi Red by Eye Candy. I thought it looked like it would probably be a really pretty color. Why not? So I'm just going to dust all up in there. Try to get all of the resin colored. And I'm going to go ahead and I will do the mold too. That way at least all of it will be of the same color. Whether it has the crinkly satin look to it or not, it will all be at least the same color, basically. Alright, we have this dusted. I'm not shaking out the powder. I'm going to let it float up and mix with the resin I'm pouring into it. Let's get it colored up though. And I'm not going to just use black. I'm actually going to use some of the Senshi Red in it. And I'm going to add a little bit of black to it to give it a darker color. But that way, if say a little bit of the resin came away from the mold, then it'll still have, it won't just be black, that leaks through in between the layers. It'll be hopefully a very dark red. So we'll see how the color comes out. Get this mixed up. Now we're going to add just a little bit of black resin pigment. Okay, so let's see if we can get that down a little bit. I can't squeeze it. I can't spray alcohol in it in order to try and get rid of any bubbles. So I figure thumping it, maybe that'll helping bubbles come up since they're going to be on the powder. And also in some of the little cracks and crevices. So just kind of help work them out of those little spaces. Actually, I am going to put it in my curing machine so we can get this finished up faster. Yeah. All right. Now I can finish. Now I can finish filling it. All right, guys. Fingers crossed that it works. All right, I have pulled it out of the curing machine and moved it out of the way. I went ahead and wiped this down the outer edge of the mold to get the loose mica powder off, just so I wasn't getting it all over my hands. Let's see how it came out. I figure, let's see if it came out looking beautiful, wonderful, and if not, are we able to learn anything from it? Ways to make it better. I'm hoping that if nothing else, we can learn from it. Who knows? Maybe it came out really good. Oh, well, my goodness. This actually came out better than I thought it would. I do have some little pits right there, but because I used the colored resin, even there it's got the color. You know, it's nice color, so I could actually put a little bit of UV resin right there in that one. I think that might be the only one that, because it's on an outer, it's the cheekbone. It makes the fact that it's got those pits a little more noticeable to me. Yes, there are a few bubbles in there, but all in all, I think, and actually some of it's not bubbles, it's dots of resin. I remember seeing that in a couple of spots up high in the mold. It was some of the cured resin from the first layer. Look at that. Wow. That came out great. I think if I wanted to try and make it where it was farther down, I would need to have a little bit more resin, but not try to overfill it. Just once I have it as full as I can and comfortably put the plastic in, then try to pour a little bit of resin down one of the sides where the plastic is pulled over so that we can raise up the level. That way we know how much resin we actually need. But what do you think? I mean, I've seen other people do where they'll have a top of a skull clear with maybe like a flower in it or something, and then the bottom part be a solid color anyhow. So it's not like it doing this looks unusual, really, to me. But look at that. I just think that is really cool. Like I said, hopefully we can learn from it to make the next one even better. But I think for a first one in such an odd shaped mold where you're not just looking at it from the top, but you've got the sides to worry about and everything, I think it came out pretty good. Let me know your thoughts on it, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.